Then, haven't fired the generator up for a little while. Checked all the levels, popped a new battery on. Let's see what happens. See if I can remember how to do it. Reset the errors, because the emergency stop was in, and hit the go-go button. Well, she still runs. Let's see if the computer throttle still works. Yeah, so the computer throttle still flares a fair bit when the engine's cold. I still haven't programmed in like a cold start where the throttle's less sensitive. I guess I need to come in one Sunday and do that. So I'll leave this running for 5 minutes to warm up and then turn the CNC machine on. Right, we've got a little bit of temperature in the generator now, so let's see if we can remember how to turn this on. So because it's not been run for a couple of months, it's quite a long warm-up time on the bearing here. Roughly from memory, I think about an hour and a half to 2 hour warm-up time on this. So we'll go through that process. Firing it up actually at the moment so I can make some brackets for the kickdown linkages. Got a batch we're doing here. The bracket that goes on the back of the cylinder head. That, hang on, this bell crank attaches to the kickdown cable of the gearbox, and the bracket that holds the cable on the back of the cylinder head, which should be sort of down here where my thumb is. I CNC on the machine now. I'm also just doing a design to CNC this section out of the kickdown linkage as well on the CNC, rather than having it as a three-part that's welded together. So yeah, we'll do that. I'd actually forgotten how long it took the computer to turn on this. So right, emergency stop out, reset the errors, servo not ready. That's this button around here that says servo on. Okay, so all the axes will then zero themselves when I press the green go button. And let's give it some feed rate as well, forgot about that. Turn that round to 100%. So there we go, the Z axis goes first, and then the X, Y and fourth axis, which is axis A on this machine, then all go round to their zero sensors to zero themselves in. And then I need to start the spindle up on a nice slow speed, if I can remember how to do it. So I think it's this, and we'll punch. Oh, that's the wrong bit. Delete. Backspace. Spindle speed, let's go at 50 RPM just as a starter for 10. I think you have to send that to it somehow, I forget how though. Cycle start, there we go. So we've now got our spindle speed of 50 up here, and we'll start that in a clockwise rotation. There we go. We'll have 15 minutes of that, I think, and then 15 minutes at a higher RPM, and you just keep increasing the RPM, and that's the spindle warm-up. So I'm now going to go and mix some new cutting fluid up to go in the drain tray at the bottom. Right, well the machine's warmed up, and got the jig on there and the piece of angle alley ready for the brackets. The program's loaded in. I think I remembered how I've programmed it. So I've got the feed rate turned down to 0, always a good idea when starting it. We'll hit the go-go button and then give it some feed rate, and things should start happening. So the first part of the program, the Z axis just gets out of the way and the fourth axis rotates, selects a drill. We're only on about 20% feed rate here. And now you'll be able to see not a lot because of all the cutting fluid. But in theory, you should drill a hole. Here we are, we're away. So we're up to 100% feed rate now. I'll pause this, and when it selects another tool, I'll start it again. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to see really, but it's now creating a small rectangular pocket, which is actually what creates the angled edge for this bracket to sit on the back of the cylinder head at the correct angle for the kickdown cable. And now it's milling out the shape for this side of the bracket as well. Okay, so I've zoomed in a bit here, and you can kind of see the shape now appearing, and the rectangular pocket that was cut at an angle is more clearly defined now. We did some recording with a GoPro in here, but the amount of cutting fluid flying around, it's just not really very easy to see anything, so this is probably one of the better views we have. So in a second it should speed up for the final pass on this side. Here we go. I may have to deepen this cut up a little bit if the parts don't break off when it does the 90-degree turn and then finishing off the part. Right, so as you can see, the machine's now turned through 90 degrees, and we've already cut out one little bracket. It's laying down, I don't know if I can get my finger in view of the camera lens. Where are we? Laying down there. So yeah, I'll just video this one. Hopefully the next one will cut fully through as well and flick off of the jig. You know when it's on the last pass because the RPM's increased. There we go. So fingers crossed we'll get a full cut on this one as well. Normally if they're not a full cut, yeah, there we go, it's just broken free. Still just sat in the jig. It's now, but there we go, it's fallen out. So yeah, normally if they don't quite get fully through, it's only a few thou that it's short by, and we can just break them off by hand. So that's our first CNC video for this year then. And there we have it. Kickdown linkages back in stock. Obviously I've made a few more of these than I have these at the moment. I've got a few more of these on the shelf as well. And yeah, there's the finished article from the CNC machine. Just need to create a slot for the cable to go through, obviously, on there. Very easy to do. And yeah, available through our shop, guys, shop.v8engines.com. Kickdown linkages for full barrel carburetors on Rover V8 engines.